And hello, it's Monday, Jan something, February 16th. Okay, I have just gotten back after being away for almost 2 weeks. Brazil, Barbados, fabulous fun, amazing. I have been basically off work for those full 2 weeks. Now, for the 10 spot, that's actually fine. I have a president and COO in place, full exec team. So the 10 spot, that's rocking and rolling. However, for my Life at 10 program, I need to lock in and give it some more time, energy, and attention. It is very weird and wild to have done something for 20 years, to have built it up. So did the 10 spot, started it when I was 24 years old, 44 now. And to build that business up from the one location into an international franchise chain. So we have over 40 locations. It's growing. We have a discovery day coming up next Monday that I'm very excited for, but it's like that thing is rocking and rolling and it's big and it's award winning. The 10 spot's gotten a ton of awards for it. I've personally gotten to be the face of I am the face of the business. So I've gotten to get a ton of awards for it, like top 40 under 40, getting to be in YPO, EY, one of the winning women, like a bunch of them. Okay. A laundry list. I love my little logo collection of awards. I love it. I adore it. But oh my God, is it so humbling to start something from absolute zero. And I think when you're used to things working out and that you've built something and it's just that there's like momentum behind it and things like, yes, not everything works out at the 10 spot, but certainly like it's big. It's a machine. Stuff that you do, it generates revenue just due to its sheer size. And to build something totally from scratch, build something more as a creator entrepreneur or solo entrepreneur, whatever the new term is, whatever my new title is going to be. And to go from a CEO where you have, dozens of people, hundreds of people, if you count, all of the 10 spotters at the locations, and then having no one but just you and doing all of the things. And I love it. I adore it. It's what I want. I like that I'm doing everything. And in fact, I think in any business, you have to do all of the roles so that you actually know what is entailed in all of the roles. So you know like how hard something is, how easy something is, the scope of something. Unless you've actually done it, it takes a certain amount of time or energy, resources, all that stuff. So yeah, very humbling to be doing everything on my own. And I love it because I love learning. So, I don't know about Google AdWords. I've gone in a deep rabbit hole on YouTube of learning how to do Google AdWords. I've had calls with people. I've used my YPO network. People have hooked me up with their specialists. I've done, calls with them. But it's like that for everything. So how to set up a website, how to actually create a program. So I took a course on how to make a course. Choosing the software for that program, learning that software, learning about sales funnels and what even is a sales funnel, having the book a call functionality or like what works better, pricing models, how to price things, all that stuff, how to market things. So my brain works very compartmentalized. So I really focused on actually building the product. I felt like I'm not a type of person that can just sort of build something on the fly. I need to have it really laid out. So I built this product. And as even mentioned, I think my very first one of these vlogs, it's like, I want to get out there. I want to market it. And that has been tricky for me. I think having bricks and mortar spaces is a hell of a lot easier because it's like a billboard. You are walking by it. People are going to know. We call our customers guests at the 10 spot. But like you build a location, people are going to walk by it and naturally see you. When you are on the internet, there's no visibility. There's no way that anybody is going to find out about your tiny little website or the, the program that you're building. And so I think it really does come down to creating content. And I find that tricky to do. I find, YouTube I'm a lot more comfortable on, but to actually, do Facebook posts and TikTok videos where it's very much like, here's the value and what you're doing. And I don't know, it's a bit salesy to me. So learning that, and then just also figuring out, like, that's more of the marketing side of things, but figuring out the operational side of the business and how my new students, members, how they're actually going to learn in the very best way. So my program is 10 on-demand modules, and then there is companion worksheets, and then you have this Life at a 10 action plan that when you fill out the worksheets, it helps you build out this action plan. So it is a strat plan like you would in a company, but just in a life version. So in this Life at a 10 action plan, it is your purpose, your core values, your goals, the things that you are committed to, your missions, and then also tracking that. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff in it. But essentially, the end result of the program is you learn how to CEO the shit out of your life so that you can level up to Life at a 10, and then you actually have an action plan that you build out. The program's dope. I freaking love it. It's amazing. But it is all about getting it out there into the world, and then having people, even once they find out about it, having them actually complete the program. Because I know that online program completion rates are not that high. I don't know what they are, but I know that they're not that high. I am somebody that will do an online program and I will complete it. I have done, I think now, dozens of them. I'm currently enrolled in 2 of them right now. And I will finish them because I love learning. But I know that not everybody has the same veracity, is that a word? Is that the right word? To actually do the program fully. So now I'm flirting with doing a live version, not live on the internet, but like live in-person version of the program. So doing a cohort method where I would take in ideally 10 new students, clients, whatever I'm calling them, whatever they're going to be, and doing a live version in Toronto. So I was thinking about this. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it like 1 session a month and have the program run for 10 months, if I wanted to do 1 session per week and have the program run for 10 weeks. So the other night I was over at a girlfriend's house, we were having wine and we were chit-chatting. There was a couple other women there, so I focus grouped it. So right now the thinking is once a week. And then having like once a week where you do the module, I'm thinking it's going to be on a Tuesday evening. And then having co-working and coaching sessions, 2 additional virtual sessions throughout the week. So probably Wednesday and Thursday, so that we can actually work on the worksheets together. And then at the end of the 10 weeks, actually have Life at a 10 action plans for each of my student members. Student members, maybe I'll combo the word. Anyway, so that was 2 nights ago. I've been thinking about it. It's so funny how in your brain or in my brain, like I just like, it's rattling around and I can't really get a grip on it. And then as soon as you actually just like put it on paper, like I was like, option 1, 1 class per month, like 10 months or 1 year plus the weekly coaching, like blah, blah, blah. Then I was like, option 2, 12 weeks. Oh, I could actually do 3 cohorts a year. I was like, well, that's a fucking no brainer. Then like, why not do that? But I don't know, when you get wrapped up in your brain and you just can't make sense of something, or at least I can't. So anyway, I wrote it out on paper. I'm pretty sure that I want to do it this version, have these sessions start end of March. So March and April and May, and then be done by June. So it would be the spring cohort. It was funny because I was actually listening to The Artist Way. At the start of the year, I was like, I'm going to redo this book, really get into it. And so I'm committed to it. So I've been listening to all of the modules, and this week's chapter was all about abundance and how when you start on something and you put your feelers out there, how resources just come to you. And so, I wrote down on my whiteboard all of the things that I think I would need to do to make this happen, all of the marketing pieces that I need to achieve for this, all of the operational stuff that I need to get done. And of course, one of the pieces was like finding and renting a boardroom space. And of course, there's WeWorks and things like that. But I have a friend of mine from YPO who has this kind of like YPO WeWork. Not technically, but there's just like a lot of YPO'ers that after the pandemic have rented out space or offices from him. And so when you go in there, and I've actually done a bunch of YPO meetings there. So anyway, I emailed him just being like, hey, I know that you rent out space. Would you rent out this boardroom, Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. for like 10 weeks? And he's like, Abso-freaking-lutely I would. And got back the email within like 30 seconds. Like, I don't even know how you had time to read it. Anyway, so I was just like, okay, that is a sign. That's a little sign. So I'm going to go with it. Because I think that's how it works. You put something out there, and if you get a check mark and a yes, then it's like, okay, let's just keep going down that road. So I was feeling really low and shitty and confused and just a bit deflated this morning, but getting those little wins and those little check marks has certainly helped. So that's where I'm at right now, in-person cohort. It's going to happen. I have the material, so curriculum is done. That's great, but I have to do a bunch of finagling and finessing. So building out the cohort version of this program and marketing it and figuring out how to get some new people in my program. Okay, so here is my rough marketing plan that I just drafted here. Okay, this is not normally how I do things. I have like a whole other system, but sometimes just pen and paper or like a whiteboard is so much easier to work with, I find. So, in terms of the marketing plan, actually, can you see this? I need to up this. There we go, okay. Marketing plan for the live cohort model, which will start at the end of March, is I need to do an email series. I have an email database of about 3,500 people. So I'm gonna figure out a way to, I guess, build up a bit of a launch. I don't know yet. Okay. All I know is that I do need to do an email series. I need to figure out some social posts, which I'm admittedly not great at. So I have to figure out a way to pepper that in. I want to do Google ads. So I have a girlfriend who works in RBC. She actually runs their social. And she was at that little focus group that I did the other night. And when she found out that I wasn't doing Google ads, she was horrified. So she's like, you need to get on the Google ads. I will do that, Caitlin. And then I was also thinking that I could do a webinar, like an info webinar, although that's more make work for me, but I could use it for other stuff in the future. Then in terms of the operation side of things, right now on the website, I have you can like purchase the program because it's an on-demand program. But this one would be different. I actually want to make sure that people are booking calls with me and then I'm approving the people that are going to be in the group because group dynamics, and I want to make sure that people are actually going to do the program. Adding a little countdown banner on my website, figuring out the renting a space. So I wrote this down like 6 minutes ago and then already found a space. So I'm feeling great about that. I need to check my Calendly links so that all of the book a call stuff is working. I need to figure out how to do this in like the cohort method inside of Circle, inside of the platform that I use. Because right now, when somebody enrolls, they're just dropped in and there's a button that's like start here and there's an orientation and then they start the course. And so they do their modules and then all of the resources are there where they can download the digital workbook, which contains all the worksheets. And then they get access to the Canva template, which is the actual Life at a 10 action plan. That way people can brand it with their own brand colors, make it very on brand for them. And it's also easier to use. The original version of the strategic action plan for your life was an Excel file. People were having trouble with it. So now there's two versions. There is still the Excel version, but then there's also the fun Canva version, which is a side bonus. You get to learn how to use Canva at the same time as learning to level up your life to Life at a 10. So I need to figure out how Circle would work for bringing people in so that it feels very much like, hey, you're part of this group. It's the in-person group. It's live. Here's all of your information. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. And also the orientation, how I'm going to just organize that for new member students. And then just like refreshments and, swag for people when they enter and just like making the experience really amazing so that on our first live class, when people are filing in, that just everything's curated. So there's, music playing and the screen is up and, with a little welcome message and that there's refreshments. It's going to be either 7 p.m. or 7:30. Actually, if anyone wants to comment in the comment below, if you are a woman with a family and big, busy, full life, would you want to go from 7 to 8:30, or would you want to go to an in-person class from 7:30 to 9. Let me know. I also wrote down, actually, let me take you over there, because I went through all of my modules and I wrote down how long the actual module was, because I have the recording of it, and then how long the worksheet was, and then the total time. So I figure an hour and a half is going to be safe so that, you know, people can come in, grab a coffee, and then have a hard start. And then I also can go through with them the actual module and then go through the worksheet so that during the week, they have their marching orders and they know what to do for the worksheets. I'm actually getting very excited about this because there is some stuff in the program that I think is really nice to have somebody actually guide you through it. Not that I don't guide you through it. It's recorded. It's me. But just to have that live help, like one of the things you have to do to figure out your purpose is you need to send a survey to your friends and family. And so I've written out the survey and I teach people how to actually create it in Google Forms. And I've also included like, here's the email that you're going to send out to everyone that's, you know, explaining, yo, I'm in this course and she's making me send out the survey all about me. But it's great. I mean, the survey is great. It's such a great way. You have blind spots. You don't know what your superpowers are sometimes. Sometimes you do, and sometimes you have no idea, or you don't realize like something about you that is just that everybody else realizes. And when you actually get the survey back, it's very insightful. It's very fun. And also people write really nice things about you. So it's a really nice thing to get. Anyway, so for example, that is something that is really nice to have as like an assignment. Like everybody in the cohort is going to do this at the exact same time, and we're going to send it out, and then we're going to get it back, and then you're going to work on your purpose. Oh, also, if you would like to book a call and find out more, then I will put the link in the description, of course, obviously. Okay, I've worked out a marketing plan with ChatGPT because, you know, I don't know how to do a marketing plan for online launches, clearly. Because that's not my main forte. Okay, so phase 1 is going to be the wait list. So anybody that's interested in the 10-week live Life at a 10 spring cohort can join up on the wait list. Then I'm going to do applications. So I'll open up the applications. Wait, where's the latest thing here? Yeah, okay. So cohort is going to start April 1st. 10 weeks live, in person, application only. I'm going to wrap up enrollment by March 25th, and the orientation email is going to go out like the week of March 26th, 27th kind of thing. So we've reverse engineered it together. Hilarious. Okay, look at him. Now we reverse engineer it together. And then I really want like serious women, like high fit people that are like me. And since it's going to be Wednesdays, and ending at like 8:30 at night, there's going to be wine too. So I want to like, you know, we want to like all hang out and go for drinks after too. I'm very excited. I also, during this time frame, I have done the live sessions. So they're in the drafts folder here, but basically the module 1, the in-person CEO the Shit Out of Life in-person live cohort spring 2020. It's going to be available to anybody that is already in my program. So my members that I have already in here, they get to go for free. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 2 Get Shit Done sessions where we actually do the co-working and coaching session to get the worksheets and the action plan done. I'm really pumped. I think this is a solid plan. Well, it's a plan and I'm rolling with it. And that's kind of what you got to do. Just iterate, pivot, and figure out what's gonna work. And now I have to go make dinner. I get to go make dinner. We're having tacos. It's family day here. And I'm about to spend some time with my family at 5:30 p.m.